Alright folks, just a very quick intro to this video. Basically, the name says it all. They're just budget phone overload. So you may wonder why I've only recommended 3 phones. Well, those are the only 3 I could really spend the time researching, because I'd go nuts researching. Like, you've got the Xiaomi Redmi line. Yeah, Redmi Note 5, Redmi Note 6, a Redmi 5, Redmi 6, the Mi A2, the Mi 8, etc. I mean, no, that's not a budget phone, that's their flagship. But the point is, and they're only one example. Bottom line is, I'm about to tell you something I would never tell you if it wasn't true. If you got the money, and dollars mean nothing to you, yes, the Samsungs, the higher end ones, the Huawei's, the Apples, they're all really good phones. I've never said they weren't. They're really good phones. If that's what's important to you, having the latest tech, and you don't care about cash, go buy one, because you'll only have to, you can go to YouTube and just type in, Apple iPhone X, and you'll find 100 reviews, 100 comparisons, camera comparisons, you name it. Unfortunately, the big guys are kind of loath to go after the really budget stuff, except guys on my list. So let's get to the reasons I came down to only 3 phones that I'm recommending so far. I just really haven't latched on to anything else. Let's go watch it. Hi folks, so as I said in the intro, obviously, if money means nothing to you, and you're more into looks than you are, using your brain for what you really need, and no offense, but the whole purpose of my channel here is to save you some money, point you in the right direction. It's up to you, but in that case, definitely buy that flagship phone. You'll only have to look at like a Huawei P20 review, the 2 Samsungs, the S9 Plus, and the new Note 9, and the Apple iPhone X. Those are all very expensive phones. I've never said they were bad. They're all very good phones, so you'll save yourself a lot of heartache and worry. If you have the cash, just buy one. But if you don't have the cash, like most of us don't have $1,000 laying around at $1,250, like the new Note 9 with the 8 gig RAM. Woo! That's stupid expensive. You can get 4 Poco F1s for the price of 1 Note S9. And so that's why I've only gotten around to recommending 3 what I consider the best budget phones overall. They've got their downsides, their upsides. It all depends on, what's on your list. What you need to do if you're buying a budget phone. Make yourself a list. What do you need, display-wise? Are you more worried about pixels than you are how bright and good looking it is? If 720p is like a deal breaker because it's 720p, even though you'll never know the damn difference between that and 1080 in general, if the display is good, then by all means write that down. Must have this. If wireless charging is important because you're a part of the younger generation that simply can't be bothered with plugging a cord in. as long as the phone has an adequate battery to get you through a day. You need to kind of rethink that. But if that's a requirement, yeah. But then you're going to need a glass or a plastic bag, which all three of the ones I named have. The two lowest end ones have glass bags, and the $300 one, which is the Poco F1, has a plastic bag. God forbid! And it doesn't matter, because the Poco phone will flat out compete with the Note 9 as far as opening apps, speed tests, geekbench tests, all that stuff. It'll blow it away. Oh, but the plastic bag looks horrible. Well, yeah, but the plastic bag's actually a lot more durable than a glass bag. Glass shatters. Plastic, a little more difficult. Look, if you're worried about how pretty it is, alright, throw that on your list. It really is not bad. What you really need is storage space. Our camera's more important to you than what product does it have? A Snapdragon, or does it have a MediaTek? Well, or is gaming more important? If you're buying a phone to game on, get the Poco phone, be done. You'll blow away virtually all the flagships in gaming, and it'll stay cool. So, the bottom line now is, these are the guys I watch all the time. These are, everyone on that list is a reviewer I trust. These guys tend not to do what the guys I call heavy hitters, although Dave Lee pretty much fits in the heavy hitter category because he's got over 1 million subscribers. But he does look at the budget stuff. He did post something just the other day right here. Is the Poco F1 actually special? And he says buy it. But on the other hand, here's Ben's Gadget Reviews, one of the better reviewers out there, and he's the one who got me thinking about this. There are two damn new Chinese phones right there. The Chinese are shooting themselves in the feet because if you put out that many phones, people get lost in all the stats and the numbers and the price and the comparisons. And bottom line is, the big guys are unlikely to review these phones except to kind of turn their noses up at them. And there's a reason for that, and it's pretty simple. Go to any of the heavy hitter sites. Austin Evans. Who else? MKBHD. Matthew Moniz. No. He varies from, one day he's good, the next day he's busy comparing. Look at any of their videos. Just click on videos when you get to the website and look at the number of views over a certain period of time. And you will see an amazing statistic. It's pretty obvious over here. Now, Techline HD is not one of the heavy hitter bad guys. He's one of my trusted ones. But let's just look at something. He's got lots and lots of budget phones. The Mizus, the Nubius, which is a part of ZTE, by the way. Lots of them. But here we got a decent phone here. 5,600 views in a month. Throw the words Samsung Galaxy Note 9 onto the review. 130,000 views. And if So if you take, and these heavy hitters sometimes will take a budget phone and then compare it to like an Apple iPhone. At which point, you know, I can't even watch the damn video out. I just ignore it and I'm like, oh my God, these guys are, I mean, this is strictly, if you put iPhone in and then the words comparison, people even forget that, okay, they're comparing a Saturn V rocket to the space shuttle. One goes into orbit, the other one goes to other bodies and planets in the solar system. One of them is a flagship. You know, when you never expected to be that good. But that's how you get hits. And the bottom line is, especially for the heavy hitters who make a living off of doing this, instead of working at it like Linus does, I mean, he really works at it. He puts out lots of stuff. And I don't know how much stuff he gets for free. I know Ben gets a lot of stuff for free because he works for Forbes and he lives in Hong Kong, so he's like right next to China. And he does really honest stuff, and he'll tear something apart if it's crap. Andrew over at AMD Tech, he's kind of the same way. He will give you the pros and cons, but he doesn't do a whole lot of speed comparisons. Oh, let's, you know, there are times when it's worth doing a speed comparison. You know, like I said, Ben did this one yesterday, and it's hilarious because we've got the Poco F1 for $300. Oh, it's not pretty. It doesn't have wireless charging, and it doesn't have water resistance. Well, they gotta cut the cost somewhere, folks. But you can buy 4 of these, put them in your pocket, and keep dropping them in the water for a couple of days in a row, and still have 2 left, and change left over from your $1,250. Yeah. And the bottom line here was pretty shocking. The Poco phone was actually faster. One of the benchmarks, and speed loading, you know, things like that. And games. Hell, the damn Note 9 locked up when he's trying to run Techline. He just gave the win to, you know, the Poco phone because the Samsung just wasn't making it. Sure, you know, there's no doubt the Samsung's a better phone overall. There's no doubt it's prettier. It feels good in your hands. Get over that crap, by the way. You're not here to fondle it. It's not a woman you're feeling up. It's, or, you know, it's a tool. It's a device. It's nothing more than a chocolate bar shaped thing that shows you pictures. But remember, if you're one of those heavy hitters, and you're like Mr. Who's the Boss has like 1.5 million subscribers or something like that, well, you do a comparison test. Using big names, you're gonna get a lot of views. Don't forget this, folks. Every time they get a view, an ad shows up. You don't have to even click them. You can skip them. Doesn't matter. They get a penny, maybe 2 cents. You're getting like 20 million views a month. Wait a minute. What's 20 million? Bye. That's like $200,000. I don't know. You do the math. I'm not doing it. The point is, that's what they do. It's crazy comparisons, and you're very unlikely to find an unbiased review that tells you, you know, well, you might want to spend a few hundred. A lot of these guys will start out with, well, we looked at the 4 gigabyte version, but we decided to check out the 6 gigabyte. Why? It's a budget phone. tell the people what the bottom line is and the bottom line they can get. So they're happy. But the real bottom line here, we'll go back to Linus's site. You know, these are budget. Budget. He does a lot of budget. He rarely does camera comparisons. He tends to just give you a straight up, honest review. Sure, he may not get as many viewers, but he's collecting subscribers, folks. You know why? Because he's honest. That's why he's on my list. And the bottom line of this whole video is to say, I wish I could tell you more than 30 phones that I would recommend. But there are not that many. I require multiple sources before I'll narrow it down and say, I'd recommend this. Most of the ones, all three of the ones I recommend have virtually no negative commentary, although I did get one guy, Mike Reed, I think, over on the three best budget phones. He did point out that he got two of them, for review, and they both had overheating issues. No one else has reported that, and Red Skull has one, or had one, and so did AMD Tech. And so did Ben. So, they've been reporting those issues. This one maybe didn't stick in their pocket for a week or two. I mean, you send me a phone, folks. Hello, manufacturers. Yeah, it's a hint. You send me one, I'll use it for 3 months. Yeah, I'm not just send you an email about how much I'll keep it if I really like it. I'll beat the crap out of it and do horrible things to it. Try to make it do stuff. Most folks say, oh, you can't do that. We all know where that goes. That comes from snooty, big budget reviewers who want to make damn sure they keep getting the expensive stuff, because the expensive stuff keeps getting them the hits and the views, and the views keep getting them money. Versus most of the guys on my list, I'm sure some of them are making money off this, pretty good money. Some of them may be doing this 100% of the time. But they don't push it. They don't ignore that there's a bigger market than just the 1 to 5% who can afford flagships in the world. Because that's not where Samsung makes its money. Now, Apple only has flagships, basically. They have a loyal fan base of pre-trained sheeple, and it's just the way it is. They're always going to make money, and people will pay for their phones, no matter how astronomical they might be. And that's all I got for today. I was just trying to get to the point of saying, I've only found 3 phones that I would actually buy because they meet my list. Good display, decent cameras, decent battery life, and good enough to be a vast improvement over what I currently have. And that's it. Alright, thanks for watching. Have a great afternoon.